Welcome. My name is Monica Kauffman, and today I'll be reading The Little Old Man Who Could Not Read by Irma Simonton Black, and the pictures are by Seymour Fleischman. I'd like you to imagine living in a world where you were unable to read. Imagine how a simple task like grocery shopping would become. I really hope you enjoyed this tale as much as I did when I was little. It portrays this little old man and his frustration, how he mixes everything up just because he's unable to read. I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see the pictures while I read the story. The Little Old Man Who Could Not Read. Once there was a little old man who could not read. He just never wanted to learn, and his wife went to the shop and bought the food, but the little old man stayed home and made beautiful toys out of wood. Children all over the world loved his toys, and many wrote to tell him so. But still, the little old man never wanted to learn to read. One day, his wife decided to go on a visit. "You will need to go to the shop," she said. "Get a tin of soup, a big tin of spaghetti sauce, some spaghetti, get some sugar and some milk, and some oatmeal. Eat well." And she kissed the little old man and left. The old man went to the shop. There were rows and rows with tins with pictures on them, and rows of tins and packets without pictures. What were they? The little man did not know, and he did not like to ask. He bought a middle-sized tin. It looked like the tin of soup his wife brought home. And he bought a long packet that looked like the spaghetti packet, and big tin that looked like the spaghetti sauce tin. He bought a blue packet that looked like a sugar packet, and he bought a round packet that looked like an oatmeal packet. And last of all, he bought a square carton. It looked like the milk carton his wife brought home. "Ah," said the little old man when he got home, "that walk made me hungry. I shall have some soup for lunch." He opened the middle-sized tin. It was onion soup. The little old man hated onions of any kind, and onion soup worst of all. "Fiddle," he said, "onion soup. I shall save it for my good wife." At dinner time, the little old man rubbed his hands with pleasure and took down the long packet that looked like a spaghetti packet. In a great big tin that looked like the spaghetti sauce tin. Beaming, he opened the long packet, but the packet did not have spaghetti in it. It had wax paper. "Fiddlesticks and fish fur," said the little old man. "Who wants to eat wax paper, even with sauce on it? Not I, for one, but I can eat the sauce all by itself." So he reached for the big tin. For the first time, he noticed that it had plastic on top of it. So he took it off. "It's funny," he said to himself. "I've never saw a plastic top on a sauce tin. I do hope this isn't a coffee tin." He opened the big tin. It was a coffee tin. The coffee smelled delicious, but it wasn't much good for a hungry little old man. "Shall I have my oatmeal and milk and sugar instead?" he asked himself. Then he answered himself, "No, I will have a cup of coffee, go to bed, and in the morning I'll have a nice big breakfast." By the next morning, he was very hungry. "Oatmeal," said the little old man. As he jumped out of bed, "I shall put lots and lots of milk and sugar on it." The little old man got the round packet and blue packet and the square carton and put them all on the table. And then he opened the round packet. There was no oatmeal in it. It was full of something greeny and white, and the old man tasted it carefully. "Salt." "Fiddles and flutes," said the old man. "Who wants milk and sugar on salt?" He opened the blue packet and got a spoon to have a sweet taste of sugar. But there was no sugar in the packet. It was full of little white flakes. "Soap," said the old man sadly. "Who wants soap even with milk? Oh, how hungry I am. He opened the square carton to get a drink of milk, but the milk in the carton smelled funny. It was buttermilk. Sour, sour buttermilk. The old man hated buttermilk, but he was so hungry that he drank every drop of it. The old man hated onion soup, but at noon he was so hungry that he ate the onion soup. And at night the wife came back. The old man was very glad to see her. "Wife," he said, "I had a very bad time." He told her how he got all mixed up with the tin and cartons and packets. The long packet was not spaghetti, it was wax paper. The blue packet was soap flakes. The round packet was salt. "Wife, please teach me to read." "Very well, I shall," said his good wife. First, the old man learned to read the word spaghetti. Next, he learned to read the word milk. Then he learned to read the words for everything in the big shop. And then he learned to read the words for everything in the world. But he still made beautiful toys out of wood. And now he could read the letters the children sent him. And he never, no, never went hungry again. The end. I really hope you enjoyed this story.